Hello and welcome to this week's Motivational Monday segment, brought to you by the AQHYA 2021 to 2022 leadership team. My name is Hazel Myles and I serve as a Region 3 Director on our national board. I certainly had reservations about diving into the leadership aspect of our organization, so I'm going to share some of my expectations that have been proven false throughout my first term as a Regional Director. I struggled with whether or not I would be able to successfully represent such a large organization, as I knew next to nothing about how the AQHYA administrative process functioned. I was intimidated, to say the least. However, I cannot adequately express how grateful I am that I plunged headfirst into this extraordinary team of dedicated individuals. If you are hesitant regarding taking part in AQHYA leadership due to a sense of intimidation, don't worry. I'm going to provide you with some tips on how to combat this fear. For starters, it is imperative that you realize that every single one of our officers and directors have experienced this very same uncertainty. We were all nervous before giving our speeches, awkward when being introduced to new individuals, and uninformed when it came to AQHA governance. By the same token, it is important that you become acquainted with at least one of our leaders, as we are all ecstatic to assist you in whatever you may need to achieve a successful campaign, or to just answer any questions that you might have. It's similar to a big family here at AQHYA. No, seriously, this is a picture of our 2021 to 2022 leadership team. There I am right in the center of this massive group of talented students, most of whom I hadn't met but a couple hours before this picture was taken. Could you tell? I was welcomed with open arms and warm smiles from every single one of these youth, and you would be received in exactly the same way. Ultimately, the most important thing to remind yourself of is that we all have a common goal: to promote the American Quarter Horse and to improve the association that has been so significant in the lives of every one of us. Now, how helpful would I be if I had only provided you with personal tips? Not nearly as impactful as I would hope, so I'm going to encourage you to utilize AQHYA's informational and educational sources, such as those listed above, especially if you're planning to campaign for a leadership role. I like to say that luck favors the prepared. Thank you for joining me as I discuss how to address intimidation as it pertains to pursuing leadership. And as always, continue to build for the future.